Hello, welcome to the Manchester United Facebook page for the Manchester Evening News. We're live here at Old Trafford, United versus Reading in the FA Cup fourth round. United, you'd have to say, one of the favourites to actually go and win this competition this season. Of course, Arsenal knocked out last night against Manchester City. Newcastle United as well, who were doing well in the Premier League, were knocked out by Sheffield Wednesday in the last round. So United will feel confident of going quite far in the cup this season. Of course, there's always going to be the mitigation that you can't really plan for a cup draw. You can't really plan for a cup run because, you know, you can't predict who you're going to get. And if, for example, United were to get City away in the next round or whatever, then those dreams could come to an end. But United really will be made second favourites if they are to progress tonight. Championship side Reading, the visitors here to Old Trafford. We'll show you the stadium as well, just as it starts to fill up. FA Cup typography all around it. And this is an opportunity, you'd say, for United to make some changes to their side. I wouldn't expect it to be wholesale changes whatsoever. It's still a pretty strong side. I mean, Erik ten Hag hasn't really had a habit of going too weak in terms of his team selections this season. That's been the case in the Europa League as well across the group stages. So you'd suggest that maybe there'll be a change in goal. David De Gea deserves a rest. It'll be Tom Heaton or Jack Butland who comes in. You'd probably say Tom Heaton. In defence, there's a bit of an issue in that Diogo Dalot has been ruled out. Luke Shaw is a doubt for the game. So Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Tyrell Malacia expected to start at fullbacks. And in central defence, you'd probably say Harry Maguire is due a game, and so too is Victor Lindelof. So in terms of the players we see, it could be senior players who are given a chance rather than youngsters. And the same applies in midfield, where Fred and Scott McTominay are probably the most likely to play. Bruno Fernandes has been the standing captain, but with Maguire potentially back tonight, he could probably be afforded a rest. And Bruno Fernandes is one booking away from a suspension in the FA Cup as well, so it might be a good chance to rest Bruno Fernandes and play Christian Eriksen in a more advanced role. And then up front, Marcus Rashford, again, a player who's due a rest, but he's in such good form. He wants to be playing every single game. He won't want to be rested tonight. And in terms of the wingers, Alejandro Garnacho, he's been bright, he's been brilliant at times this season, but most of his good performances have come as a substitute rather than as a starter. So it'll be interesting to see how he's handled. On the right, Facundo Pellistri has been excellent in the small spell we've seen him for, but he's only played 30 minutes of first team football for United, so it would still be a big ask for him to start tonight. And of course, Anthony, he's getting better in a United shirt, but perhaps he still needs a few more games, a few more performances where he could be the main man before he really lives up to that billing. And you've got Anthony Elanga as well, a player who has been, you know, not scored for almost a year now. He hasn't scored since last February for United. He's someone who works hard, someone who could have left on loan this month. Looking less likely he'll do so as we get closer to deadline day. But, you know, United have so many senior players who aren't playing games that it's difficult to maybe make a case for all these youngsters to come into the side. And speaking of them, Kobbie Mainoo didn't play for the under-21s last night, so you'd expect that he will be involved to some degree. Here, and show you Old Trafford, the Stretford end. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know your score predictions today as well. Old Trafford, United versus Reading in the FA Cup fourth round. It's filling up nicely. And of course, we will have team news for you in just under 10 minutes' time on the Manchester Evening News website. And we'll have live match coverage for you from 8 p.m. Of course, again, on the Manchester Evening News website as well. So, starting to fill up here at Old Trafford. United against Reading in the FA Cup fourth round. We've got viewers tuning in from Ethiopia, from Malawi, from Barbados. Very late night for some of you then, because it's an 8 p.m. kickoff here in the FA Cup, UK time. And like we said, Arsenal already out of the competition. Newcastle have been knocked out in a previous round as well. So this is a real winnable competition for United. Already in a comfortable position in the Carabao Cup as well. Of course, they won 3-0 against Forest in the first leg of the semi-final in midweek. So if United can progress tonight, they will fancy their chances of the FA Cup as well. And who knows, a cup double could be on the cards this season for United. Like we said, before they can start dreaming of it too much, they have to win tonight against Reading, the championship side who are mid-table, who are managed by former United midfielder Paul Ince as well. United versus Reading kicks off at 8 p.m. UK time, team news at 7 p.m.